little pauses to me, man, that shit sounds so incredible to me. I want to get back to the song. This shit is nasty.
I'm gonna start this back from the beginning. Charismatic frontman can do a lot.
Yeah, boy.
Can do a lot for a band. They can make a band and kill a band.
Nasty though.
That is
nasty.
Wrong to me.
That is nasty.
The riffs and my man Peter Steele's voice.
Really, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me, guys. So, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. And it's never mind. Keep it going, George. just keep it going. Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we give you our exclusive access to all of our videos, 186 videos and counting.
Bangers too, though. Bangers. You know, nothing too shabby. I mean, I don't know, like a Led Zeppelin marathon. We got Metallica on there, some Megadeth stuff. You know, I'm just saying, just throwing that out there, man.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to the free thinkers, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out to our patrons for giving us about 1 million suggestions, man, for this Stoner Doom Sludge Marathon.
Whatever you want to call it. You know,
we made it through like halfway.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. We kind of got through halfway of the
comments
here.
Yeah,
it's a lot in there, but that's beautiful though. We love seeing the engagement.
That means
you guys being excited.
There's a need. There's a need there.
Yeah,
you know.
man.
So we really appreciate you guys, interacting and really commenting, because that at least gives us a heartbeat of if this is going to be a good marathon or not. So
yeah.
So and this is
scratching that much needed itch, huh? That's what this is. We scratched that itch, huh? We knew that we needed to get to this though, guys, but based off of the comments that we've been seeing.
Yeah, man. So Elder, Dead Roots Stirring.
We saw a lot of comments for Elder, man, and not just like regular comments though, but like comments that like people were swearing like in terms of just skill and greatness. That this band was one of the best bands that we haven't done yet.
Yeah, man.
One of the comments said, man.
All right.
And we read somewhere that they had what many considered album of the decade with Lore, which they dropped in 2015. And I think the song we're doing right now is not off of Lore. I think the song we're doing right now is what?
Dead Roots Stirring is the name of the song, and that's the name of the album as well.
And that came out in 2011. 2011.
Yes.
So based off of just sort of the hunger that we saw for this band in the comments, we're going to start with them. Plus, we just haven't heard this band. I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Really hearing this band come up as much as many other bands that have kind of come across our comment section. So it was just cool. It's just exciting to kind of get to a new band. Let's get into it. Kicking off the Stoner / Doom. We don't know what to call the shit. / Sludge Marathon. In that world. Kicking off the marathon, man. We're going to go with Elder, Dead Roots Stirring. out because we only had like 3 of these, maybe 2.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what
But
I mean?
we're already, 3 minutes and 32 seconds into the song. So that sounds like that could be in today's standard, that's an instrumental song right there.
Yeah.
At 3 minutes and 32 seconds, that's a whole song of instrumental. So maybe it's going to be something like that. Maybe they're going to kind of build up into, because I see that there is some lyricism here. So maybe they're going to kind of build up into that. But that went on a little long. I like the groove, but it was a little long for me. What do you think? You liked it? You were good?
It was on the cusp for me. I think it was on the cusp, but I get that though. I get that. It was on the cusp for me. That's
Okay.
it. That's all I can say. But I loved the way that started though. I loved how the drums and the bass just, if they just honed in on the drums, the bass and started, because I think it captivated me at least. I don't know how you felt about that, but when those drums came in, boom, 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 boom. First of all, it let me know that this is definitely, I could be wrong, but it sounds like a stoner song. This sounds like a straight up stoner song.
And the way the instruments are tuned too.
The way the tone, the distortion, the intensity of the distortion. And I think when I think of stoner now, just with our experience with Caius, I think of this sort of wave of distortion that engulfs you. How they intensified it, that makes it seem like you're in a fog of distortion.
Yeah.
But you can tell that they can play. You know what I mean? These guys.
Yep.
You can see it. You can see the talent in just the musicianship with them. So I'm digging it so far. But I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see what transition they're going to kind of go into next, because I was waiting. I thought they were going to kind of go into like a Godsmack, like bum bum bum, dun, 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 bum. I thought they were going to make some kind of crazy transition. But I'm gonna be patient. Wait for it to come.
All right, let's get back to it. I know they're gonna hate that. Like, no, Las Vegas, we want you to talk. Now we're gonna get through this one. We'll talk after. But man, them riffs, the riffs in here are really, really solid though, man. They got me rocking. That's it.
Yeah.
It just sounds nasty.
It does. And you know what I love about stoner metal, man, at least the songs that I've heard, is I feel like if I saw this live in a the word that comes to mind is like a tavern, but something that's like super.
Yo, a tavern. I feel you though.
But something super intimate, and that you have to like go down the stairs into like a basement type small stage, and just a certain amount of people can fit in here. I gotta watch what I say with COVID and shit now, because you're not supposed to do that. But I feel like
we're plexiglass though. I can
but in like a intimate setting, something small, I feel like that is the epitome of stoner metal to me. When I hear it and how it's not it's not as polished, and it's got the tone of the guitar, and it's really grungish to me. It's really like dirty, and I really just like that sound, man. And just in a small, intimate setting, man, I feel like you could really vibe with the artist, and I just feel like this sound just would be really. That's just the picture that comes to mind every time I hear this sound, you know?
Okay.
So I'm digging it, man.
I like it, man. I think one thing just to add real quick, I just think one thing to add is one thing I'm realizing based off of just how me and Ryan have felt consistently throughout just the channel, what we've listened to, and what you guys have sort of, just the feedback we've gotten from you guys. Universally, I feel like rawness is universal. And I feel like melody is universal.
Yeah.
I think we can appreciate rawness in any genre.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When it just feels like grittiness to it.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
everyone on some level can appreciate that. Let's get back to it, though.
playing.
To me, they're playing their ass off. I think that when I'm listening to this, I think they're doing a really good job in just making the cut for not going too long for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Even from the jump, and I know me and Ryan disagree a little bit on that. It was close for me though in the beginning when they first started. When it went to about 3 minutes, and I was like, okay, because it was enough in that. Even there was enough in the riffs, and it was enough in the sort of variation in drumming that sounded interesting and a little different from a lot of stuff that I've heard for me to be okay with it.
Yeah.
And they just switched it up and transitioned into something a little different just in time. And I think they've just kind of made the cut throughout this entire song of giving us something different. Whatever that was, and within the 4 minute to like 6-something minute mark with the solos in there. It's funny because it's just I want to stop more, but I know that time-wise we just have to kind of we want to be able to get through this and still and not be an hour-long video. But to sum it up, man, I just think that they've done a really good job in giving you just enough variation, creativity in the riffs, still giving you that stoner feel, and just skill. They're just exhibiting skill and great musicianship. You know what I mean? I just think it's a really good song. All right, but try to be in and out on that. Let's get back to it. doing it, man. Senior citizens, man. I ain't never seen a senior citizen outside of AC/DC that played like that, bruh. They ain't come to play on that one. I told Ryan, I was like, this is going to be an interesting conclusion, man, because we may not be on the same page here. But go ahead, sir.
You know, man, I'm supposed to like this. And I think that from a technical standpoint, they hit all they check all the boxes. I think they do. I mean, dude, I'm supposed to like this. I'm supposed to really, really like this. And there's elements within this song that I like. So I'm going to make that clear. But maybe it was just too much. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I'm not ready for Stoner. Maybe this is going to be an interesting marathon because I thought that I really liked Stoner. Metal, Stoner, Doom, Sludge. I really thought I liked that a lot, but I don't know, man. There was times that this song really was like hurting my ears because of the way it's tuned the tone of the guitar. I don't know what it was, man. There was times I was like, yeah, man, it's just a little too much for me, you know? But I'm supposed to like this because I think checked every box. I'm like, yes, they're playing really well and they're skillful, and I didn't mind the lead singer's voice. So I guess for me, man, to give you a basketball analogy, because that's just the kind of way I can assimilate it in my brain, is Kawhi Leonard, man. Kawhi Leonard is like the elder to me. Kawhi Leonard does everything you want a basketball player to do. He makes the right decisions. You know, he gets to his spots. You know, if he can't get in, he passes. He makes the right call, you know. But I just don't identify with his game for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm supposed to like it. I love basketball, guys, and I love great players, and Kawhi Leonard is great. And I'm looking at everything in this song. I'm like, dude, they're checking all the boxes. It's just not, I don't know why I'm not really gravitating to it to the way that I thought that I would.
Yeah, I got you.
But I just think it's just too much. I just think it's too much for me. I think it's too stonered out for me. Maybe I could, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you want to go swimming and shit, and you're like, man, that water looks so refreshing and shit, and you jump in and it's cold as shit, and you're like, nah, that's just too much for me. I gotta gradually get in the pool. Yeah, you know,
in there,
yeah, exactly, and gradually, you know, get into it. So I think maybe I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready for how stoner this shit. Well, because this was stoner to the T. This was stoner metal.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, so yeah, man. I mean, I think it's a good song. It's just not for me, but there's elements within it that I like, though. I want to make that clear. The way this started, if it was a 3-minute song of all this, then I probably would have been like, yeah, you know what, that's cool. 5 minutes or something tops.
And that's what I was going to say.
But it's
I was going to say that I think just 12 minutes of it is probably what was it was too much for you. I think if they condensed a lot of what they did in here to maybe 5 minutes or so, I think you probably would have liked it more.
Yeah.
That's just from what I can see, just stand, you know, next to you.
You can just see me checking out and shit.
I can see you like, okay, yeah, and then you're like, okay.
Okay. It needs an energy drink to get through shit.
And for me too, man, 12 minutes is a lot for me to just consistently go back. Any song. It's just, you have to really blow me away for me to put you on my playlist when you have a 12-minute song. That's just where we are.
Yeah.
Blame it on the times. Blame it on growing up in a certain period and listening to songs. Blame it, whatever you want to say. Be mad. Throw a hissy fit in the comments. That's just what it is in 2020 for a lot of people. It's just tough to get into songs that are 12 minutes long of any band.
Yeah.
Unless that shit, like if it's Tool, we've done it. We've liked them. You know, Tool was an incredible, they've just had a way of just keeping our attention.
Yeah.
And putting certain elements, their style, the sound of their music, has a way of just providing this sort of interesting atmospheric hypnosis, which I think this does to a degree as well.
It does.
But
I'm supposed to like the shit.
It grabs us. But what they were able to do in this song, to me, I think this is honestly a great start to the marathon, because I could tell they do this. If I'm comparing it to Freya, and this is just my opinion, this is way more skill, in my opinion. It took a lot more, and not just because of the length,
I get it,
but just because of the creativity. I thought it felt way more original in the riffs. You know what I mean? I don't think that they were taking a lot of riffs that I've heard 1,000 times before from other bands. I felt like it was just quality-wise, I felt like this was just done at a very high level. I just don't know if I'm going to just go back to 12 minutes of this all the time on a playlist, but it's worth putting on a playlist for sure. And I think it was just a great start to it, man. I think it exemplified stoner to a T. From what we've heard and what you guys described and what we've read in the wiki, I don't see how this can't be stoner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Seriously.
Yeah.
So I can see why you guys were really amped up about us getting to this band. And this was the second most, I don't know if we mentioned, this was the second most listened to song on a streaming platform that we use. So this was number 2, I think, Compendium. I believe was the first song,
Yeah.
and this was number 2. So, and plus, so we were kind of looking at the comments, looking at the streaming platform, how people were commenting, and that's how we came to this conclusion, man. Salute to them, though.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? So, I hate to say that because I think a lot of you guys had said you guys are in for a very long song type of marathon. And I don't want you guys to feel like every song, because it's long, it has no hope of making our playlist. But I think that's more on us. You know what I'm saying? That's no fault of the bands, no fault of anyone else's. It's just that it's us having to get into the mode of listening to longer songs and appreciating longer songs.
True.
And figuring out where we can fit that in. You know what I mean? Because to me, the skill, the sound, the creativity in the riffs, it was captivating pretty much the entire way through to me. You know what I mean? So salute to everybody that requested that. Way to kick it off, man. Keep them coming, though.
Yeah, man.
Keep them coming. Let's see if we can get back to Elder at a certain point. Maybe we'll get back to him again. I don't know. Because we got Baroness we seen. We got ISIS. A band called Sleep. Paul Bearer, Electric Wizard. You know what I mean? So a lot of bands that we're seeing that are coming up more consistently. Let's see what you guys can bring us next, man. But I'm excited. That's the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel. If you're interested, it will allow you to get exclusive access to our content. The link for that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan, Lost to Vegas.
We out.